So what's up, good people? Your girl is in the car, in the garage. For a quick moment, I wanted to just post something. I was having a conversation earlier with my mother, and she asked me about something I posted on my Facebook. And I'm rarely on there, but when certain things kind of hit me, I will share them. And so, in this particular instance, it's something that's been on my mind for the past few months. And so, it went something like I'm ad libbing it just a bit. Every single woman isn't suffering, and every married woman isn't miserable. And that is just to say that everybody's situation and circumstance in regards to where they are in their relationship status is different. So there is this misconception that every single woman is somehow desperate to have a man in her life, and that is not the case. Now, there is nothing wrong with a man or a woman having a desire to be in a relationship, but I do believe that there is a problem when it becomes desperation. And I think that that's the problem with a lot of us. We have gotten ourselves into relationships and marriages with people that God did not ordain, that God did not design, and did not establish a covenant with. And you're suffering and you're miserable. And then there are those you have a wonderful relationship that God has ordained and He's designed you two for each other, and you found each other, and God has allowed you to grow and prosper together. And that's a beautiful thing. But then there are some of you that hold that over other people's heads as if you've accomplished something that they cannot accomplish or that they cannot achieve. And I think that it's tacky. It's an arrogance that some of us as believers have, and it makes no sense. I've had a couple of women that I know that were around my age when I first met them, maybe 34, 35. It's been a few years. I'm 38 now. And I am successfully and thankfully single. And they were around my age, either when they got married or something of that nature. But I've noticed the arrogance in now being married, however many years later, let's say like 8 to 10. And I've heard certain remarks from them that I think are just uncalled for. And it's almost as if there's a jealousy that because I have a contentment, and most of all, I have a gratefulness for where I am in this season of singleness in my life that they did not have. So they mock what they see because they themselves couldn't achieve it, or they chose not to. Because my focus is not on finding a husband. I am a wife. I will be found by my husband. But in this time, while I am single, while I can't even say waiting, I'm preparing for my husband, but preparing most of all to continue to be used for my purpose. Because every day God gives me something that I need to do that is specifically for His kingdom. And my marriage will be the same, but it is not my sole focus. It is not my sole priority. There are many things that God desires, and there are many things that I desire that come before husband. And so some women don't understand that. Some men, and I think especially the church, because on one hand they want you to be single and sanctified and not doing anything in the bedroom, and then on the other end, it's almost as if you kind of have that snake tongue, you know what I mean? And you're saying, but you don't have this, or you don't have as much responsibility as those that have kids and a husband and all of that. That's a choice. It's a choice. If some of those people that have those responsibilities had made better choices, they wouldn't complain about them so much. So anyway, you be grateful for your portion, and I, for one, am grateful for my portion and for what I don't have. I lack nothing. I am well loved and loved well because I pursue what God has for me right where I am. And He makes sure that all of my needs are supplied. So yeah, there's a desire, but it is not desperation. So I pray that those of you that are hoping for and praying for relationships, first and foremost, pray to be whole, pray to be happy, pray to be content, and pray to be used right where you are. And don't think that just because you are not in a relationship that you lack anything, because you do not. You do not. God can supply and give you everything that you need right where you are. He is everything that you need if you just allow Him to be, and you embrace and love the people around you, and you pursue the passions and the desires that He has in your heart, professionally, personally, and then eventually that romantic relationship will come along. So I'm praying for you guys. I pray that you stay encouraged. I pray that you stay inspired. I pray that you stay motivated to keep going and pressing and pushing and doing what God has told you is right, and that you submit your will to His, as well as your emotions and your feelings, as well as your passions and those even secret and private desires that you have not shared with anyone, but that you hold so tight at night, or that you whisper in His ear, Lord, when you're alone. So I thank God for you, but I also thank God for your healing, for your wholeness, and that in due season it'll happen. All right, y'all. So anyway, this has been a 6-minute video, so it's been a little bit longer than I intended, but I wanted to make sure I did it before I got in the house and got lazy, honey, and took my wig off. All right, so anyway, just a single second in time, a single moment in time. It's not gonna last forever. Take care, y'all. Love y'all.